Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. If you're a focused learner looking to cut right through the red tape and get straight to the facts, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking what is often a highly complex and frankly kind of intimidating world, Michigan medical credentialing, and we're going to painlessly decode the whole shebang together. Whether you're a practitioner, a credentialing specialist at a hospital, or maybe just someone fascinated by how state systems actually operate, we are going to break down exactly how to properly order a certified license verification using the state's official system. All right, here's our roadmap for today. First step, the Michigan licensing framework. Then, comparing professional sectors. After that, navigating the MI Plus system. And finally, payment and confirmation. Let's dive in. Section 1. The Michigan Licensing Framework. To really wrap our heads around how this credentialing system functions on a day-to-day basis, we first have to step back and look at the massive architectural framework operating behind the scenes in the state of Michigan. 700,000. That is a staggering number. It represents the sheer volume of individuals regulated across occupational and health sectors in Michigan. All of these professionals, we're talking everyone from doctors to builders, they are all managed by a single entity known as the state's Bureau of Professional Licensing. When you realize the absolute scale of this database, you start to understand why standardizing a digital portal was literally a necessity for the state. But to actually navigate this system, we've got to decode some serious government alphabet soup. Operating at the very top is LARA, the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. Under LARA is the BPL, which actually manages the day-to-day licensing. And beneath that umbrella are the specific boards operating under the Public Health Code. So the crucial takeaway here is understanding these distinct agencies. The Board of Medicine governs medical doctors, while the Board of Osteopathic Medicine and Surgery governs osteopathic physicians. These boards collaborate directly with the BPL to handle everything from initial examinations all the way to disciplinary actions. Moving right along to Section 2, comparing professional sectors. Now, what's really fascinating here is seeing exactly how physician credentialing stacks up against other licensed professions operating within the exact same state framework. This brilliantly illustrates the landscape. The verification process is highly segmented. Nursing professionals use a national database called Nurses, and getting an official verification there costs $30. Certified public accountants use CPA Verify, which can actually cost up to $50. Meanwhile, barbers and cosmetologists are still largely reliant on a standard $15 mail-in registry. But for our focus today, allopathic and osteopathic physicians, practitioners use the MidPlus portal for primary source verification. In this portal, a basic lookup is completely free, and a certified official verification is just a $15 flat fee. Section 3. Navigating the MyPlus system. Let's get into the practical application. We're going to navigate this mandatory MyPlus system over the shoulder, click by click, so you know exactly what to do. To kick things off, state guidelines highly recommend that you fire up Internet Explorer, and yes, you heard that correctly, no way, right? But when interacting with this legacy government framework, Internet Explorer is the recommended browser to avoid any glitches. You'll want to navigate directly to the official state portal at www.michigan.gov/myplus. Once you land on the homepage, you're going to want to completely bypass the various quick links for other professions and just click directly on the MyPlus login button to begin. Okay, so obviously before you can request any official documents, you must have an account. Assuming you've already survived the initial registration process and set up your profile, step 1 is simply punching in your username or email. Step 2, enter your password. And step 3, click Login. Past the security gate, you'll find yourself at this central hub. Notice that LARA branding? This dashboard is basically your home base where you apply for new licenses, renew existing ones, and verify credentials. You just pop your details into those center boxes and proceed right into your secure account environment. Inside your account, you're greeted by your main record screen. Now, to order a verification, you need to click on the Licenses tab. That's located right at the top left of the navigation menu. Once you click that, a new bar will appear just beneath it. Go ahead and immediately click on the text that says, Apply for a license or submit a request. All right, here is where the bureaucracy requires just a little bit of patience. The system is first going to prompt you to accept a standard state general disclaimer, basically acknowledging that web materials are subject to change without notice. You absolutely must check the box to accept these terms. Then you'll be presented with a massive drop-down list of professions. You just need to scroll, find, and open the license verification option before clicking Continue Application.
And here's a pro tip. Make absolutely sure you click the tiny little arrow right next to license verification to actually expand the menu. Click the radio button that suddenly appears and then hit Continue Application. Okay, now we reach step 1 of the actual request process, requester information. You gotta tell the system who is asking for this credential. Under the applicant header, please do not bother typing everything out manually. Simply click the Select from Account button. That's gonna pop up a window where you can select your pre-registered mailing address, which autofills the data and saves you a ton of valuable time. Moving to the next screen, we hit what is absolutely the most critical step of this entire explainer, the verification information. Carefully, and I mean very carefully, type the target practitioner's state license number into the top box. If you enter this correctly, the system will instantly and automatically pull up the license holder's name and their specific profession right below it. It's actually a pretty great built-in failsafe to ensure you are requesting records for the correct physician. Below this, you'll choose whether you want this verification sent via email or postal mail by adding a recipient row. Which brings us to Section 4, Payment and Confirmation. With the request fully built, we face the final administrative hurdle, and that's checkout. No matter which delivery method you chose on the previous screen, whether you opted for a digital email delivery to a hospital credentialing board or a physical postal mail delivery, this is the exact flat fee you're going to need to expense: $15 per certified verification. Honestly, it's pretty efficient compared to some of those other professional sectors we reviewed earlier. After confirming your request, you'll be seamlessly transferred to the state of Michigan's payment gateway. You're going to see a fairly standard billing address form here. The absolute most important thing to remember is to ensure that the billing name and address you type into these boxes perfectly match the billing information tied to the credit card you are about to use. Otherwise, the system is going to reject the request, and nobody wants to start over. Once your credit card details are locked in, you'll land on this payment review screen. Take a quick second to verify your billing address, your payment method, and the total amount. If it all looks correct, click the Pay Now button at the bottom. But hey, remember the golden rule of interacting with government portals? Literally only click it once. Seriously, do not refresh the page or double-click, or you definitely risk being charged twice. Now, the screen might briefly go blank while the payment processes. Do not panic, that's totally normal. Shortly after, a confirmation receipt will hit your registered email inbox. That receipt is your proof that the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs got your payment and that the certified verification is officially on its way. If anything goes sideways, you can always reach out to the BPL help desk via their support email or phone line. So, we've thoroughly mastered the Me Plus system today, and hopefully this explainer has saved you hours of future frustration. But, seeing this state-specific process leaves us with a really fascinating thought to end on. We know from the source data that inbound physicians use national services like the Federation Credentials Verification Service, or FCVS, for core credentialing. As these massive, centralized national databases just keep growing and integrating, how long will it be before state-by-state administrative portals like Me Plus become a complete thing of the past for physicians? It's a massive regulatory shift, and it is definitely worth keeping an eye on. Until then, though, you are fully equipped to navigate Michigan's system. Keep learning, keep focusing, and I will see you in the next explainer.